According to many people, death is one of the scariest things in the world. In my opinion, death is the only event in our lives we can truly rely upon. Everyone you've ever met will have their physical presences snuffed off the face of the earth, and it isn't likely gonna be pretty. We all have that dream of our perfect deaths, where you picture yourself lying on a pretty white medical bed in a hospital room, staring at the ceiling, succumbing to a bright light in the sky. Unfortunately, this is not guaranteed. None of us have been promised such an idealistic end. Most of us have tragic, painful, gory demises. All men are slimy, clueless worms, slithering in a compost heap of decay, susceptible to the cold, uncaring universe. However, some deaths can be pretty funny. This is the top 10 funniest assassinations of all time. Number 11. Abraham Lincoln. Many people go to the theater to sit back, relax, and drink 2 liters Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Unfortunately, Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, did not. On April 15th, the President was enjoying a show at the theater. Unfortunately, a 4chaner uploaded a bullet to the site. That site being the back of the president's head. Speculation suggests the 4chaner was likely very angry about the president's Democrat views. Many people wouldn't consider Abraham Lincoln getting shot in the back of the head as, quote, funny. And I agree, that's why he's at the bottom of the list. Number 10. Princess Diana. Mother-in-laws have a bit of a habit for being difficult, but Queen Elizabeth Windsor took it to a whole other level on August 31st. I'm not British, so I don't know exactly what happened, but according to Wikipedia, Mrs. of Wales died from AIDS, landmines, and cancer all at the same time. Talk about killing one bird with 3 stones. It is theorized she was assassinated by her stepmom, Queen Elizabeth Windsor, for dating an Egyptian guy instead of her white baby boy Charlie. This can be twisted as a bit racist if you think about it, and maybe even a little humorous. Number 9. Benito Mussolini. World-renowned human cannonball Benito Mussolini seemed to be invincible until it turned out he wasn't. After a series of hijinks called World War II, Benito was captured, shot, hung upside down, shot again, and then beaten to a pulp by a mob of slimy, pasta-eating, greasy-haired Italians, all for the terrible crime of governing Italy. Speculation has suggested that his squashed head was a reference to the popular animated series Tom and Jerry, wherein Tom, the conniving gray house cat, gets his head flattened like a pancake as a motif in many instances of the show. Now, I've never seen The Godfather, but even I know that the Italians are known for their sense of humor, so I think this theory is very likely. Number 8. Comedy. On November 14th, 2020, a video was uploaded to the site youtube.com where a video titled Gliz was uploaded. Mental defectives seem to be spending their time laughing at random images they put together, wondering why they put them together.
That's just
What the
random.
hell is that?
Yeah, that's
Why is that there? Why did you include that?
Historians often cite this event as the death of comedy. Research has led me to find they've uploaded a similar video prior to this, but I don't have the heart to watch such a tragic video. Despite it being an assassination, it doesn't fulfill the title of being funny and is therefore disqualified. Number 8, again, Eric Plowpenny. Now, I've got to be honest with you, I don't know who this guy even is. He's only here for his funny name. I think he was the king of some medieval kingdom called Denmark, but that's long gone now. I have a cousin named Eric, and this guy reminded me of him as I was surfing through the Wikipedia page of assassinated rulers. Everybody loves money, but I don't think anyone. Nevertheless, my cousin Eric would love it enough to do that to a penny. Oh, and by the way, this guy died from decapitation and got his body thrown into the sea. Talk about sleeping with the fishes. I'm getting kinda lazy, so we're skipping number 7. Maybe if you guys would have liked and subscribed more, then I'd care about this stupid channel. Number 6, John Lennon. For a man who was so invested in advocating for peace, his death was not very peaceful. In order to live with his wife, Yoko Ono, John Lennon moved to the United States. This would be the mistake that would cost him his life. Man, deadass was walking down the street where he was gunned down by Twitter user and CIA operative Mark David Chapman, who cancelled him for saying the N-word on the Dick Cavett show 8 years earlier.
Whose opportunities are defined by others, whose role in society is defined by others, then good news. You don't have to be black to be a nigger.
Mr. Chapman is now hailed in the Stan community for enacting the most peaceful cancellation of all time. 40 years later, and Lennon still hasn't shown his face in public.
All my black friends feel I have quite a right to say it.
Number 4, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. Fitz was just chillin' in a convertible with his girlie by his side, living in his best life. Unfortunately, he was in Texas, which is populated by Americans. Naturally, seeking violence, an American named Lee Harvey Oswald put down his hamburger and killed Fitzy's vibe, as well as the man himself. This is funny because it reminds me of this screenshot from twitter.com. If you take the time to check it out, you'll find that it's actually hilarious. Number 2, Lee Harvey Oswald. After hitting the sickest quickscope in American history, Lee Harvey Oswald became a hot topic in the CSGO community and was highly sought after by many CSGO teams. Unfortunately, a player hater named Jack Ruby busted into the gaming scene and shot Oswald down just before he could sign a deal with FaZe Clan. This is kind of funny because he looks like he's pogging. I gotta make this an emote in my Discord server. Now, before we get to number 1, I'm Chills, and if you want to find out what I look like in real life, swim to the bottom of a swimming pool and scream for a very long time. On to number 1. Number 1, Jeffrey